Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking a rye. Hi Ben, a rye you requested, a rye we shall receive.
Yes, we've got, bam, this is Stellum Rye. And if you're noticing on your screen right now that it's not doing the fancy bottle pans like I usually do.
Why not, Ben?
Well, we haven't lost our production value. It's just that there's just nothing to really film about this bottle. The label is so basic. I figured if I tried to do any sort of fancy B-roll.
You don't think you can get 45 seconds out of this one little paper label?
Not really. It's just a green sticker that says Stellum Rye. It also happens to say 116.24 proof.
For those of you watching, I actually asked Ben to see if he could get 4 minutes of bottle pan out of this one bottle.
Just this one sticker.
Just in, out, like a Monty Python thing that just goes on and on.
Yeah.
But maybe in the future we'll do that. But anyway.
Maybe on the next Stellum product. So interesting thing about this one is Stellum is typically an MGP product. This one says it's distilled in Indiana, so MGP presumably, Kentucky and Tennessee.
Well, we know that.
So we got a blend going on
MGP
here.
also has some operations in Kentucky now.
That's true. They have Lux Row, correct? Yeah.
Right.
And
maybe other
Lux
stuff
Row.
too.
Yeah.
And maybe even it's their stuff in Tennessee, but who knows? It's a blend of a couple of different distilleries, different states.
Yep.
So this is a rye. I remember nothing about it. In truth, we actually filmed a review, and
all the audio was bad.
Audio was bad.
But we haven't touched the bottle since. This has a nice nose to it.
It does. It's kind of a nice, rich caramel, but in a vanilla caramel. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I was just gonna say with like some vanilla with it. It's very bright.
It is.
You know, you get some whiskeys that
Maybe
are
a little bit of honey, honey.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting with the brightness. Like you get some that have like a dark, like the flavors are maybe a caramel, but it's a darker caramel, or it's a chocolate, but it's a darker chocolate. This is a really bright.
With hints of cherry.
I'm getting a lot of I'm getting definitely, it's unmistakably a rye, but I'm not getting the rye like clove notes and like the, sort of like allspice and, notes like that. I'm just getting a lot of the good sweetness with just the rye spice kind of behind it.
So I am also getting another flavor, and I'm reluctant to mention this, although we're almost to the season.
All right, let's hear it.
You know the little packs of purple grape nerds.
Okay. Does it have to be the little packs in particular?
Well, because it's almost Halloween as we film this.
There is a little bit of grape there. There's some fruitiness for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it and see what happens. Cheers. Definitely more rye forward on the palate.
So more rye forward. What's interesting, this is something I really am starting to appreciate on certain bourbons and definitely certain ryes, is you get hit with different flavors at different times.
Sure, I like that too. It's kind of a bit of a roller coaster.
Exactly. So it starts with the rye kind of spice, which is nice, but then you get hit with the vanilla spice from the barrel.
Yep.
And it's a pretty good kick, and it's nice.
I don't typically get this off of whiskeys, but I know it is a common thing that some people get. I'm getting almost a borderline bit of mint on this in the sense that it kind of has like a...
The feeling
when you breathe in, it almost has that cooling feeling. There is definitely a nice sweetness wrapped with kind of a nice fruity borderline citrus with this. I do feel like it drinks a little bit under 116.
Oh, okay, 116.
Yeah, 116.24.
I'm getting some spice on it. Like it's noticeably spicy, and I think some of it's wood spice.
But I feel like it's not that ethanol kick.
No, not really.
As much as 116 might suggest. It's a really nicely balanced rye. I had a pour of, I think it was a single barrel of this, a store pick of it, and it was really nice. I think Stellum is generally doing some really good stuff.
I don't know if I've ever had anything that I didn't absolutely love of theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
They're pushing up the price to almost uncomfortable levels because they produce a lot of stuff. That's the concern. Because this is their budget line.
Yeah, this is their basic stuff. But I feel like the basic bourbon and the basic rye that we have here, I feel like those have kind of stayed, but they are releasing a lot more expressions that are starting to become a little more premium. But yeah, this is a really, really nice rye.
It is. Yeah, I like this a lot. It's very approachable for someone who's a bourbon drinker who likes sweet stuff, but not crazy sweet. You get lots of interesting flavor if you're interested in rye. This definitely is a rye-forward type whiskey. But,
well, because some of the ryes you get, it's like a barely legal rye, they say, where it's just above the 51% required to make it a rye. The rest is corn, for the most part, a little bit of malted barley. But then when you get those kind of ryes, you still have a little bit of a bourbon influence from
lot of
that
bourbon
corn
influence.
sweetness. Yeah. But then some of them are the super high and there's no corn.
And this drinks to me like it's fairly high rye mash bill.
I think it is, yeah. It's fairly high, but it's interesting to not get, like I said at the beginning, not get those clove notes quite so strongly.
Right.
And that comes from the blend, because it's obviously a blend of 3 different rye whiskeys, because it's from 3 different states. Could be even more than that.
Yeah.
But we know it's a blend of certain things, so I would be interested in finding out what the mash bill is for each one of those blends.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they release that. I'm also getting that anise spice flavor. And some
That
people
one I'm not getting quite as
it's
strong.
on the
It's
finish.
there, but it's
on the finish, and so it's almost black licorice, but I absolutely hate black licorice. But it's kind of a sweetness that follows at the end of the the finish. That's in that flavor profile, but it's not black licorice, and I absolutely hate black licorice.
And usually that flavor kind of falls into the category with like the clove and the allspice and stuff. And I'm not getting that quite so strong, but yeah, there are hints of in the rye.
Yep.
If you're used to drinking, if you've never had a rye before, this maybe won't make sense, but if you're used to drinking ryes, that general rye flavor kind of encompasses a lot of those.
Yep.
And I feel like that's about the only bit from that kind of flavor grouping that's
Present.
showing up in that. Yeah.
I like this a lot, to be honest.
I do too, yeah. I think this is going to be a great fall whiskey. I might fire up a glass with this with a cigar tonight.
Well,
See how that stands
that's
out.
commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's getting to be fall here, like you said, so yeah. But yeah, I would recommend this. I think I paid around, well, I got this on sale, but I think it normally is around $50. So for that, I'm not mad at that at all.
Wow, I thought it was more than that.
No, I think that's about what it is. Yeah, $50 or something.
I would
like
absolutely pick one up.
that. All right. Well, this has been Stellum Rye on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.